watching Ready Steady Eat, and this is your gourmet guru Saloni. Today I'm going to show you how to make cottage cheese, which is called paneer in India. For this you will need full fat milk 2 liters, white vinegar or lemon juice or buttermilk 3 to 4 tablespoons. So here I've got full fat milk, this is 2 liters, which I'm going to curdle with lime juice, and here I've got another 2 liters of milk which I'm going to curdle with vinegar. In a heavy bottom pan, I've put the milk and I'm going to bring it to boil on medium-low heat. Keep stirring the milk, keep an eye on it, you don't want it to come to a full boil and spill over, so keep stirring it. You can see that the milk has started boiling, and to this I'm going to add vinegar, 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons and 3 tablespoons. Keep stirring till you see a greenish liquid, which is the way which will separate. Now you can see that it is completely curdled, and I'm now going to turn off the gas because you don't want to overboil it, otherwise the paneer or the cottage cheese will become very hard. We're going to cover it and leave it for about 5 to 7 minutes. Now we're going to get started with the other batch, which I'm going to show you with lime juice. So you can see that this has also come to a boil. So now I'm going to add the lime juice to this. It's 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons. Keep stirring this as well, and you'll see the same thing happening here as well. You can see the curds and the whey separating already. Keep stirring so it doesn't stick to the bottom. Now this is also done, and I'm going to turn off the heat, cover it with the lid. I have these 2 containers in which I'm going to set the paneer. You can see that they have holes in them on the bottom. This one is like a loose bottom pan, which so that you can easily remove them. So I'm going to line this with muslin cloth. I've got about 3 layers over here, just like this, and we're going to pour the paneer into this. So I'm going to place a bowl, and over this I'm going to place this colander like this, and I'm going to collect the whey in this. If you don't like the vinegar taste, then you can just give it one nice wash like this. Gather it all up. You can see that the whey is all got collected in the bowl down below. I'm going to set it in this. So just like this, spread it all out. It's a little hot, so be careful. Line this nicely. Now what you do is, we're going to put the lid on to this. I've got a heavy stone here, like a large pebble, and I'm going to place it on this. With the pressure, whatever the moisture in the paneer is, it completely oozes out. And you're going to leave this for about 2 to 3 hours. So now moving on to the one with lime juice, I'm going to show you a different technique here. So what I have over here is a whisk. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to whisk the paneer, this paneer like this, and make it a little smoother than what we did earlier. So I'm going to show you how to set this in cubes. And now I'm going to take this and I'm going to pour it into the container. Now nicely fold the sides, and you can see you'll get a square piece of paneer like this. Now for the weight, I've got a little box here with some pebbles in it, and I'm going to keep it on top of this like this and allow the whey to drain out. So this paneer has been resting for about 2 hours now, and now we're going to open this and see how it's looking. Press this out like this. You can see the lovely marks of the muslin cloth. And the paneer is ready. And now I'm going to show you the different ways in which you can use it. And now I'm going to cut them into cubes like this. You can see how nice and firm it has set, spongy and soft. We're going to use this in a curry. Now I'm cutting these into roundels, and we're going to use them for making salad. And now what I'm going to do with this is, I'm going to slice them because they're so nice and fresh. To this I'm going to add beautiful Indian tulsi, which is very similar to the basil. Now a sprinkle of salt on this, some pepper, and lastly some olive oil. And a beautiful paneer, tomato and tulsi salad is ready. Coming back to the paneer cubes, I've added them to a tomato based gravy. which I'm going to plate into this little bowl. You can see how beautiful the paneer is looking with the gravy. If you want, you can deep fry the paneer or the cottage cheese, but I like it just like the way it is, and garnish it with some coriander. Now for the last tip with paneer, I'm going to crumble some paneer like this. I'm going to add a little salt to this. I'm going to crumble it with my fingers to make it into a smooth mixture. Knead it well so that it becomes absolutely smooth. I'm going to now put this into this bowl here. I'm going to press it down. At this stage, you can keep it in the fridge to set for a bit so that it absorbs the flavor of the salt. Just like this. Cover it and you can even keep it overnight. It comes out very good. Now you slowly invert this on a platter. Put some pepper on it, extra virgin olive oil to make it a little bit more moist. And you can also serve it with slices of baguette or any bread that you want. Now you must have seen how easy it is to make cheese at home and so many ways in which you can use it. Do give this a try and I'm sure you won't go back to the store-bought paneer or cottage cheese again. Do let me know how it turned out in the comment section below. But before that, don't forget to hit the like button.
Hello everyone, I am Kanak and you are watching Ready Steady Eat Again. Today I am going to show you how to make paneer makhani or paneer butter masala. This is one of the most important and popular main course of the North Indians. So without any delay, let me show you what you need for this. You need 250 grams of paneer cut into cubes, 2 tablespoons of butter, boiled onion puree half a cup. Here I boiled the onions in the hot boiling water with salt for around 4 to 5 minutes and then I have made a puree out of it. This will help in making gravy very smooth and consistent. Ginger garlic paste 1 tablespoon, salt to taste, red chili powder 1 teaspoon, coriander powder 1 teaspoon, cumin powder 1 teaspoon, garam masala powder half a teaspoon, turmeric powder 1/4 teaspoon, 1/4 cup of water or as desired, tomato puree 1 cup. For this also blanch the tomatoes in some hot boiling water and then remove the skin and then make it puree. Fenugreek leaves 1 teaspoon, fresh cream half a cup, cashew puree 3 to 4 tablespoons. For this, soak handful of cashews in 3 to 4 tablespoons of milk for around 1 hour and then blend it in a mixer. Pinch of food color, water as desired, fresh coriander to garnish. First heat a wok. Now add butter to it. Once the butter is nicely melted and bubbly, now it's the time to add onion puree to it. Stir in the onions puree nicely so that all the water contains goes away and it becomes little light pink in color. Once the onion has started changing its color, now it's the time to add ginger garlic paste to it. And keep stirring for another 2 to 3 minutes until all the ginger garlic paste and the onion puree have incorporated well with each other. Once it has started changing its color, now is the time to add salt, red chili powder, coriander powder, cumin powder, garam masala, turmeric powder and give it a nice toss, mixing all the ingredients well. Make sure it doesn't get burned, so for this add water immediately and then keep stirring it for another 2 minutes. When you see all the masalas and the onion puree have nicely incorporated with each other, now is the time to add tomato puree to it and give it a toss. Now cover it with the lid and keep it on low flame for around 10 to 15 minutes. Now I am going to remove the lid. When you see that the tomato puree has reduced to half and it has started oozing out the oil, now is the time to add fenugreek leaves to it and again give it a toss for a minute. Now add fresh cream to it, stir it for another 1 to 2 minutes and now add the cashew puree and again toss it for around 1 to 2 minutes. Now I am going to add a pinch of food color. This is perfectly optional if you want to use it or you don't want to use it. I am adding a very little water to it. You can add the water as per your need. Finally, I am going to add the paneer cubes into it and nicely toss it with all the curry so that all the paneer is nicely coated with the gravy. Finally, I am going to garnish it with fresh coriander. Now my lovely, creamy, rich paneer makhani or paneer butter masala is ready to plate now. I am going to plate it with some fresh coriander on top and some grated paneer. Now my lovely, creamy paneer butter masala or paneer makhani is ready to eat now. You can have this with plain rice or jeera rice or with any roti or naan of your choice. Hello everyone, I am Kanak and you are watching Ready Steady Eat Again. Today I am going to show you how to make chili paneer. The traditionally non-vegetarian dish chicken chili has been modified into paneer chili for all the vegetarians. This is very quick and easy to make and this is a very popular dish. So without any delay, come let's go into the kitchen and see what all you need for this. For this you need 250 grams of cottage cheese or paneer cut into cubes. For the batter you will be needing 3 tablespoons of corn flour, 1/4 cup of plain flour or maida or all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of soya sauce, salt to taste and 1/4 cup of water. And the other ingredients you need for making the sauce: 1 teaspoon of ginger grated, 2 teaspoons of garlic chopped, 2 teaspoons of chopped celery, 1/4 cup of chopped spring onions, whites and green separate, 2-3 green chilies cut into long pieces as I have done, and if you want more spicy you can go on adding more chilies. 1/4 cup of capsicum sliced, 1 teaspoon of soya sauce, 1 teaspoon of chili sauce and 1 tablespoon of tomato sauce, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of corn flour mixed with 3 tablespoons of water, 1 teaspoon of oil and salt to taste. The first thing which we'll be doing is combine all the ingredients for the batter like corn flour, all-purpose flour, soya sauce, salt and water in a mixing bowl and make a smooth batter out of it. Make a good smooth batter so that you can coat the paneer nicely. It should not be very runny and it should not be very thick, but good enough consistency to coat the paneer. Meanwhile, heat oil in a wok for frying. Now coat the paneer pieces in the batter. Now deep fry them in hot oil over a high flame till the paneer is nice and golden brown in color. Now remove it and drain it on a kitchen towel and keep aside. Now for the sauce, heat oil in a wok, add ginger to it, give it a stir, add garlic, celery, spring onions white, green chilies, stir it for another like 1 to 2 minutes. Now is the time to add capsicum and saute it for another 1 minute. As you can see, the onions and capsicum have become little transparent and soft. Now it's the time to add soya sauce, tomato sauce, chili sauce and mix well. Mix well until you see that all the onions and capsicum has been nicely coated with all the sauces. Now it's the time to add salt, corn flour paste and allow it to come to boil. Now once you see that all the ingredients have been properly incorporated with each other and sauce has become nice and thick, now toss in the fried paneer which we have prepared earlier and mix well till all the paneer is properly coated with the sauce. Now serve immediately and garnish it with some spring onions greens. Now my lovely spicy paneer chili is ready to eat now. I'm telling you, it's really amazing. It just melts in your mouth with all the ethnic Chinese flavors. Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make palak paneer or Indian cottage cheese in spinach gravy. It is a famous Indian veg main course which comes from north of India. It is very easy to make and it is very healthy and full of nutrients. So let me tell you what all you need. For this dish, you need 250 grams of Indian cottage cheese or paneer, 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil, 3 tablespoons of ginger garlic roughly chopped, 2 medium onion diced this way, 2 medium tomatoes chopped into cubes, 2 bunches of spinach leaves washed and drained thoroughly, half a cup of fenugreek leaves, 4 to 5 green chilies, some sprigs of coriander, salt to taste, half teaspoon of cumin seeds, 1 tablespoon of coriander powder, 1 teaspoon of garam masala, 3 to 4 tablespoons of yogurt, 3 to 4 tablespoons of fresh cream. Heat oil in a wok, 2 to 3 tablespoons. Once it is hot, add the onions, give it a toss and leave it for 2 to 3 minutes. Once it starts changing the color, add green chilies to it. The reason why I am using 4 to 5 green chilies is that here we have not used red chili powder or black pepper powder. So this is the only thing which will make the gravy spicy. So it's up to you how much chilies you want to add. Now add spinach leaves to it. The traditional method of making palak paneer is to boil the spinach and then make puree out of it. But today we are not going to do it that way. Instead we are going to saute all the things and then blend it in a mixie. This will help in retaining all the nutrient values of the leafy vegetable. Now add fenugreek leaves to it. The color looks lovely. Now add coriander to it and give it a toss. Stir it for 2 to 3 minutes. Once the palak is soft and when it shrinks, add tomatoes to it. Keep it on high flame for a minute or so and then keep it on low flame for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Now I am going to cover it with a lid so that it cooks fast. Open the lid and check that it is cooking through and just see that it doesn't stick to the bottom. Now it seems to be cooked all through. Now we are going to close the flame and now we are going to blend it in a blender. Just make sure to cool it enough before putting into a blender or else it will burst out. Heat oil in a wok. Add ginger garlic. Once the ginger garlic starts changing its color, now add cumin seeds to it. When cumin seeds starts popping, now add the puree to it. Now add salt, garam masala and coriander powder. See, the color of the gravy looks amazing. You don't have to keep it on flame for much time because we have already cooked all the ingredients together. Now add yogurt to it and stir well. Now add cream to it. Now it's time to add cottage cheese or paneer. Now give it a toss very slowly so that the paneer doesn't break. Let it cook for a minute and then turn the heat off. Now a restaurant style palak paneer is ready to serve. It can be best served with plain naan or jeera rice. Look at the texture and color of the gravy. It's extremely rich and tasty as well as healthy. Now my lovely and healthy palak paneer is ready to eat. I hope you try my recipe and do let me know how it turned out in the comment section below. Also hit the like button and do subscribe to Ready Steady Eat for more such lovely recipes. Hi foodies, I'm Kanak and you're watching your favorite cooking channel Ready Steady Eat. Today I'm going to show you a very popular and famous North Indian dish, that is paneer kolhapuri. This is an interesting spicy gravy which is made out of paneer, coconut and other fresh herbs and flavors. It goes very well with rice, roti or naan. So let's get started. 250 grams of cottage cheese or paneer cut into triangles, 1 tablespoon of oil, 4 to 5 green chilies chopped, 2 teaspoons of ginger garlic paste, 1 teaspoon of coriander seeds, 2 to 4 dried red chilies, 4 to 5 cloves, 1/3 cup dry coconut pieces, 4 to 5 black peppercorns, 2 bay leaves, half a teaspoon of sesame seeds, 1-inch cinnamon stick, 2 green cardamoms, 2 onions finely chopped, 2 to 3 tomatoes pureed, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of garam masala powder, half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, half a teaspoon of fennel seeds, salt to taste and some fresh chopped coriander. In a heating pan, add some oil and now to this add the dried red chilies, cloves, grated dry coconut, black peppercorns, bay leaf, sesame seeds, coriander seeds, cinnamon stick, green cardamom, fennel seeds and cumin seeds. Now mix well with the help of a spoon or spatula and let them roast for around 2 to 3 minutes. Don't overcook it. Now transfer this roasted masala into a grinding bowl and grind it well to make a fine paste or powder for around 4 to 5 minutes. Now our powder or the masala or the kolhapuri masala is ready. Now keep it aside. Now heat up a pan and add the oil and add ginger garlic paste and saute well. Now add chopped onions and green chilies and let it cook for around a minute on low flame until soft. Next add the tomato puree, salt, red chili powder, turmeric powder and mix well. Cook for around 4 to 5 minutes and make a thick gravy until the oil starts coming out. If you want, you can cover it with the lid. Now add the prepared kolhapuri masala and mix it. Also add in the garam masala powder and stir it for around 2 minutes. Add very little water at this point of time if you desire. Now finally add the paneer pieces and very little fresh coriander and mix gently with the help of a spatula so that the paneer doesn't break. Let it cook for another 1 minute until all the paneer is nicely coated with the gravy. Now serve it and you can garnish it with some more fresh coriander and a fried chili on top. Hello friends, I am Kanak and you are watching Ready Steady Eat again. Today I am going to show you how to make kadai paneer. Kadai paneer makes a great main course for any kind of special occasions, parties or gatherings. So let me show you what you need for this. For this you need Oil 2 tablespoons. Whole garam masala. Here I am using 2-3 cloves, a cinnamon stick, bay leaf and a cardamom. You can use more or less as per your choice. Cumin seeds 1 teaspoon. 2 to 3 green chilies finely chopped. 2 dry red chilies. 2 medium onions finely chopped. Ginger garlic paste 1 tablespoon. 2 small capsicum cut into cubes. Here I am using green one and the red one. Salt to taste. Red chili powder 1 teaspoon. Coriander powder 1 teaspoon. Garam masala powder half a teaspoon. Tomato puree 1 cup. 1/4 cup of water or as desired. Pinch of food color. This is perfectly optional. Paneer cubes 200 to 250 grams. Fresh coriander to garnish. First heat oil in a wok. When the oil is hot, now is the time to add whole garam masala, cinnamon, cloves, bay leaf and cardamom, and when they start crackling, you can add cumin seeds to it. Now add finely chopped green chilies, give it a stir and add 2 to 3 dry red chilies. Now is the time to add finely chopped onions and give it a nice toss with the help of the spoon so that it becomes translucent and becomes light pink in color. Add ginger garlic paste now. When you see that the ginger garlic paste and onions have nicely incorporated with each other, add capsicum to it. Here I am using green and red capsicum. You can choose any color of your choice, and if you don't have, you can use only the green capsicum. Add salt to taste, red chili powder, coriander powder, garam masala and add tomato puree to it and give it a nice toss with the help of the spoon, and at this point of time adjust the water as per your need and close the flame on medium to high heat for around 5 to 10 minutes until all the herbs and spices and onions, tomatoes have nicely incorporated with each other to become a thick gravy consistency. Now remove the lid and check. Now that's the texture we are looking out for. It has started giving out the oil. At this time, add the pinch of food color. This is optional. If you want, you can skip it. Add paneer cubes to it and toss it slowly so that the paneer doesn't break and it is nicely coated on all the sides with the gravy. Add fresh coriander. Now my lovely spicy kadai paneer is ready to serve. Doesn't it look lovely and colorful? Namaste, I am Kanak and I am watching Ready Steady Eat. Today I am going to show you Shahi Paneer. As the name itself suggests, Shahi, which means rich. In this, the paneer is served with rich and creamy tomato and cream based sauce with some cashews and raisins. So let me show you what you need for this. For this you need paneer pieces 250 grams, butter 2 tablespoons, whole garam masala. Here I have used 2-3 cloves, a cinnamon stick, bay leaf and a cardamom. Cumin seeds 1 teaspoon, onion puree half a cup or of 2 medium onions. Here I have pre-boiled my onions with some salt and then puree it. Ginger garlic paste 1 tablespoon, salt to taste. Turmeric powder half a teaspoon, red chili powder 1 teaspoon, coriander powder 1 teaspoon, cumin powder half a teaspoon, garam masala powder half a teaspoon, tomato puree 1 cup. Here I have blanched my tomatoes and removed the skin and then I have pureed it. Cream 4 to 5 tablespoons, yogurt 2 tablespoons, cashew puree 4 to 5 tablespoons, sugar 1 teaspoon, water half a cup or as desired, fresh coriander to garnish. First heat butter in a wok and add the whole garam masalas, cloves, cinnamon stick, bay leaf and cardamom, and when they start crackling, now add cumin seeds to it. Add onion puree and give it a nice toss with the help of the spatula for 1 to 2 minutes until the oil has started separating out and it has become little pink in color. Add ginger garlic paste, and now it's the time to add salt, turmeric powder, red chili powder, coriander powder, cumin powder, garam masala, and give it a nice toss, and immediately add the tomato puree to it before the masala start getting a burnt smell. Now close the lid on low flame for around 5 to 10 minutes until all the spices, herbs are properly incorporated with the tomatoes. Now it's been 10 minutes. Now remove the lid and check. Yes, the tomato puree has become half and it has started giving out the oil. Now you can add cream to it and give it a nice stir. Now add yogurt and cashew puree. At this point of time, you can add sugar and water to adjust the consistency of your gravy. You can alter it as per your need. Now it's the time to add fresh coriander and give it a nice toss. And finally we are going to add our cut paneer cubes into it and slowly fold all the things nicely so that the paneer is nicely coated with the gravy. Now I'm going to serve my Shahi Paneer recipe with some fried cashews and raisins on top. My rich Shahi Paneer recipe is ready. Doesn't it look lovely? I hope you like my rich and creamy Shahi Paneer recipe. Do try it for your special guest and occasion. I'm sure they will love it and will be impressed. Do like the video and also subscribe to the channel Ready Steady Eat for more such festive recipes. Till then, take care and happy cooking.